Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
This is Naruto Shippuden episode 39. What happened last time?
Last time they had the fake bridge meeting.
Yes.
And Sai tied up Naruto with an ink snake.
They had an argument.
Yeah.
So. And Sai doesn't have any feelings. He didn't feel shit all when his brother died.
Yeah.
Didn't know what face somebody was supposed to make at that
But now he's cataloged it, so should it ever happen again, he's prepared.
Yes. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Please leave a like and subscribe if you like the Naruto stuff. If you want to see more stuff, really appreciate it. Support the official release. Watch on Crunchyroll, Netflix, whatever. Come here to hear what we have to say, not just to watch the show. That's not what we're providing. We're providing our reaction and review. So support the official release. Check us out on Patreon if you want to get a week ahead on this show and many others, and uncuts for Naruto and many other shows. Patreon.com/Boldcast. Links in the description. Let's go! Naruto Shippuden episode 39. That's like a big thing this arc, by the way.
Look at that. Oh, it's a little rat. They seem a bit obvious, though. Are they just scouting out everything, maybe? Making sure there's no traps, probably.
There's no presence of anyone around the Tenchi Bridge yet. Well, I guess that rules out one thing. There's no Akatsuki ambush. All right. Then that means we will proceed according to the plan. Right. Here, Naruto. Could you take this picture and hold it up in front of me?
How'd you get that picture?
Yeah, that's right. Just face it toward me. Wood-style transformation! Well, did it turn out okay?
Does that mean that that it's like more solid, or like it helps him to?
Excellent.
It's a more accurate.
Yeah.
Let me know when it sounds close to Sasori.
Oh, his voice.
There, you got it! That's Sasori's voice!
All right, if you're all ready, shall we begin the operation?
Hold it, your tone's too polite. Try to sound more, I don't know, way more aggressive or something.
Make sure to mention that you don't like to be kept waiting.
I'm supposed to be cranky and irritable, and more than anything, I hate to be kept waiting.
Yeah, you got it.
Starting the operation now!
You nailed it! That's exactly what he sounds like!
We'll have to work as a team, especially you, Naruto. No one makes a move before I give the signal. Let's go!
Don't bam bam.
The wind's strong here. Good.
Awfully close there.
Yeah, this spot should be fine. It's almost noon. That lousy spy. Why isn't he showing up?
He's here.
They really have the intros at the weirdest. Well, that wasn't a weird time. It just felt like it's always like so far in.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay, time to start the operation. That would be a good time for it, but then they like left it till the cliffhanger.
Mhm. All right.
Must be the guy.
It turns out it's not. It's just some random dude passing through.
It's been a long time, Lord Sasori.
Well,
About 5 years, right?
okay. Kabuto?
Kabuto Yakushi. Were you followed?
It's just you and me.
How do you feel?
Well, I still haven't shaken that strange sensation from when your jutsu broke and I remembered who I was again.
You don't remember that? Remember Yura, like, almost fucking died?
He's back. It's crazy. So the Akatsuki spy was actually Kabuto?
I have a few questions for you.
I don't have much time, so please keep it brief. I risked my life sneaking out to meet you without Orochimaru finding out.
I want information about Sasuke, as well as the location of your boss's hideout.
Orochimaru has several hideouts. We keep moving to a different one every week to avoid being discovered by the enemy. Of course, many are in the hidden Sound Village. Some hideouts are in other lands too. He has spies everywhere, acting as his eyes and ears. There are so many ways a person can get around. It's not easy to track them.
The current hideout?
Right now, Orochimaru's holed up on a small island on a lake just to the north of here. We'll be moving again in 3 days.
In 3 days.
Sasuke Uchiha is there as well.
The wind is so loud I can't hear a word they're saying. Oh, you're such an idiot. That's why we were able to sneak this close in the first place. The wind blows away our scent and hides our sound. Why do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Oh, by the way. It was nothing. Just a wild rabbit.
Yikes.
Yeah, you remember Yura, like, forgot who that he was, and then
Yeah.
you, like, remember? That's the sensation he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
As I was saying, we should discuss the orders you gave me, Lord Sasori. Still things I wanted to ask him while I had the chance. If the conversation goes on much longer, I might be discovered. Even after reanimation, Orochimaru uses a protection jutsu on the specimens from his discarded vessel. So I was unable to analyze their cellular structure as you commanded me.
I see.
What's he waiting for? He should just grab the guy while his guard's down. Have you forgotten that's Kabuto? Playing it safe is the right way to handle it.
But if he takes too much time, then the spy might get suspicious, and then our whole plan would be put into jeopardy.
Maybe, but we have no choice but to trust the captain's judgment.
Now, I trust you brought the item you promised me. Let's do the handoff. I've spent too much time here as it is.
Uh-oh.
To be discovered speaking with you like this, Orochimaru will certainly kill me.
I'm aware.
I can't stall any longer. I have to take him right now.
Your conversation sounds intriguing. I hope neither of you would mind if I joined in the fun.
He was followed.
Oh, fuck.
So that's him.
Just at the
Lord
right time.
Sasori, if you hadn't pulled out that kunai,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have gotten away from him in time.
Exactly. It was total perfect timing on that.
Looks like you misunderstood. I guess my
Good.
thought hasn't been blown yet. What do I do?
So you followed Kabuto, did you?
Oh, I just wanted to thank you in person. After all, you're the one who sent this kid to me, and he's come in very handy. The development of any new jutsu usually eats up well over 100 human test subjects. But thanks to your spy's medical ninjutsu skills, I've been able to reuse my test subjects again and again. For some reason, it's always so hard to find volunteers.
Sakura, what are we gonna do? Give the signal. We just have to stand by.
Even if I work alongside Kabuto to beat him back, Kabuto Kabuto would tell by my fighting style that I'm not really Sasori.
You're not a fucking puppet master.
Summon my 3 team, but my identity would be revealed, and Kabuto would flee before we captured him. Either I call on the others and try to defeat both these guys, or maintain my cover and retreat right now. Okay, time to decide. Did he know who I was? No, he couldn't have. What's going on here?
Multiple striking shadow snakes!
Multiple? Substitution.
It was a wood-style substitution. Interesting. You must be...
Lord Orochimaru, is that form Sasori's real body?
Sasori? Definitely not. Kabuto, all this time as his faithful servant, and you've yet to see the man's real face.
Well, he always hides it behind those weird puppets of his. The man is such a drilly fellow.
What is the meaning of all this? Kabuto, you were supposed to be an Akatsuki spy. Shouldn't you have been controlled by Sasori's jutsu this whole time?
Lord Orochimaru broke that jutsu long ago.
It's rough.
Or did Orochimaru use his powers to turn you?
Oh no, you've got it wrong. The fact of the matter is, I empathize with Lord Orochimaru's ideals. Who are you anyway?
Kabuto, I can fill you in about this child later on. For now,
Should
why
do it
don't you
now.
send the baby rats behind you to come on out.
Uh-oh. Interesting, you should call them rats. That sucks.
Well, it's you.
Ah, shit. Who are you?
That face all too well. And it looks like the Ninetales tagged along. Well, we might as well have a little fun together. Let's find out who's gotten stronger. You or Sasuke?
Triggered.
And there it is.
Man. So technically... Technically, I was actually right the entire time.
About what?
In that it was Kabuto, and that he was, he was not a spy for Sasori. He was a spy on Sasori.
Yeah, somehow you called it. See, that's like, I don't understand it, because like you call shit like that, and it's like, are you sure you're not like a fucking, like an actual psychic? Like, is this what people mean when they're psychics? Like, is there a fucking ghost like on your shoulder just like, he's actually a spy for spying on Sasori for Orochimaru? It's like, how could you possibly guess that?
And in fact, I ruled out, and I completely forgot about the whole fucking Sasori's jutsu.
Yeah.
So I didn't even factor that in, and that's why I ruled out Kabuto in the first place, because I'm like, no, he's so loyal to Orochimaru.
And I didn't want to remind you that beforehand, because that would be directly pointing in the direction of someone who would be loyal but who would turn traitor.
Exactly.
Like under, you know.
Because that's why I was like, it needs to be Kabuto, because if they introduce someone else, it'll be dumb.
Okay, so what'd you think of that one?
Yeah, so technically, like I said, I was correct all along, I just didn't know it. But basically what I was saying is that...
I knew it all along, I just didn't know it for sure.
So I ruled out Kabuto because of the mind thing, and then when it was Kabuto, and then he said the thing, and then I was like, remembering it, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I just forgot about that, that was my bad. Now the whole thing makes sense. And then, it turns out... But I had also been wondering, I was like, what is the timeline of that? Like, when did Sasori lift it? It must have been before he planned to meet Kabuto, I suppose. But I was thinking, wouldn't Kabuto have wouldn't have just gone away once Kabuto died? But then I guess not, because in order to arrange a meeting, he would have had to not be under the jutsu, where he doesn't remember, or else why would he agree to go to a meeting? But But all of that doesn't matter because he wasn't under it to begin with. Because
Exactly.
Orochimaru just is too good. Kabuto just likes being... I mean, I guess both of them are evil. So it's he was on the bad guy's side either way. But apparently he just really likes Orochimaru.
That's pretty much it.
That was crazy when he like pulls out the knife and then
Yeah.
and then Kabuto
Yeah.
is still going along with it. Like,
Do you think they planned that as well?
The-
Like, as soon as you see that he's about to attack, I'll jump out, and then you act like you're on his side.
well, no, because they didn't know that it wasn't the real sorcery, and I think they wanted the item first, or maybe, or they wanted to like catch him. I don't know why Orochimaru came in when he did. Maybe because he saw that knife, but it did create for the perfect thing for Kabuto to like play along for a few more seconds.
Yeah.
On his
Get
side.
a shot in.
And then when he was out of the body, when Yamato was out of that, Kabuto obviously didn't know what he looked like as well.
Yeah.
So he was just like, oh, is this what he looks like? Which is interesting. But yeah, Orochimaru just back at it again with his arms. He has arms now, so he's much more dangerous than he was previously, and he was already pretty dangerous in that last fight. And he's so like rude to Naruto and Sakura. He's like, well, especially to Naruto, he's like, let's see who's stronger, you or Sasuke. Like, just to get him all riled up before the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, well, obviously Sasuke is stronger because I'm gonna kick your ass.
So what do you think the end game is here? Do you think that's the end game, or do you think there's anything beyond it? Or like what is Orochimaru, like, is Orochimaru, they were expecting sorcery.
Yeah. And obviously Sasori was going to give something to them, or to Kabuto, so I'm not sure what that was and how that necessarily factors in. But, yeah, I wonder why Orochimaru would be trying to, like, did he just want to, like, interrogate him and find out how far, because obviously he knew what the Akatsuki's plan was. He was part of the plan. He was part of their group originally. And so he must know that they've probably started at this point. Like, you know, doing all the whole sealing thing. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if he was just wanting to get more information on that, or if he was just deciding, well, the Leaf Village is unattainable for now, so why don't I just kill all my old teammates while I'm at it? Yeah. I'm not sure what his grand scheme is. I'm not sure what my plan is for this one. Orochimaru is a bit more of a wild card.
Well, what do you think they're gonna do now?
What do I think they're gonna do now? I think they're going to try and just kill them all. It doesn't make much sense. But then I'm also not sure, because I had talked about earlier, as I was wondering if the thing from that first scene that we saw in the entire show with Naruto and Sasuke, when they find Sasuke,
yeah.
I was wondering how far in the future that happened, or since this team was assembled right now and it's like it featured in the opening, would it kind of have to be right now? Because obviously Yamato isn't going to be like I'm, at least I hope, Kakashi is like still the leader of Team Kakashi, you know. And this isn't just the new squad forever. So I guess what I'm wondering is, and they said they were moving in like 3 days, is what Kabuto said. Whether that's true or not, undetermined, but they were planning on killing him anyway, so I don't see a reason to lie. So if, say, they win in this fight somehow against Orochimaru and Kabuto, and then they get there and then go after Sasuke, like, is that what's going to happen? Or is that I guess I'm still just like piecing my prediction of the timeline together in my head.
Based on what you knew before.
Yeah, but I don't think, but at the same time, it doesn't make any sense if they just defeat Orochimaru in this random fight right now. That would not. I don't think that would be very good.
Do you, when we saw that first scene at the start of Shippuden, you theorized, you were wondering, like, is Sasuke still, this is what I was going to talk about, like, last episode or something, or maybe the start of this one, but, like, is Sasuke still even a part of them? Or, like, did he go off on his own thing? Do you still have that question?
Well, my original theory was, and I said this in the Naruto discussion video, is I was wondering if Sasuke was going to eventually, like, kill Orochimaru or take off, but from the looks of it, he was in Orochimaru's hideout. So either he left and went to a different one of Orochimaru's hideouts, or, like, now seeing this situation, I'm like, did they just catch him off guard after they somehow defeated Orochimaru at that bridge or whatever? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I still think it would be better if it was, like, Sasuke had a fight with Orochimaru. I think that would be a really epic, I think that would be a really cool moment if they had that. Yeah. I guess. But now seeing this and everything, I'm just interested. I guess I am questioning whether that theory had any ground whatsoever, or if that moment with Sasuke was earlier than I thought originally. Mm-hmm. And he's still at that moment 100% with Orochimaru and still going along with the plan of, like, I don't care if Orochimaru is going to steal my body as long as I can do what I want. Because my whole thing about Sasuke betraying Orochimaru was because if it comes time that Orochimaru is going to switch bodies, which according to Kabuto's little end card there, it's like Sasuke is apparently almost ready to be taken over. It's been almost 3 years. But obviously Sasuke has seemingly made not really any ground on getting Itachi yet. He obviously Itachi is still alive. Mm-hmm. And seemingly has had no contact with Sasuke. And my thing was, I don't think Sasuke would just let himself be killed without killing Itachi first. Yeah. Was the whole thing. Maybe maybe he's, like, actually working with Orochimaru, and this thing with getting Sasori was maybe to find out where Itachi was so Sasuke could go and get him, and then Orochimaru could just immediately, like, steal Sasuke's body or something. I don't know. Lots of ideas. There's nothing that I'm, like, set on for sure right now, though. But I'm interested to see what happens next.
So am I. See you guys in the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.